True happiness isn't something we chase, it's something we return to. And the people who are truly happy, the kind of happiness that doesn't rise and fall with circumstances, aren't necessarily the ones who have the most. They're the ones who have learned how to connect deeply with themselves. They wake up not just to the world, but to their own inner being. Before the emails, before the headlines, before the world tells them who they should be, they remember who they truly are. In Buddhism, the morning is not just the start of a new day. It is a sacred window, a space where our mind is most open, soft, and responsive. Like freshly turned soil in a garden, this time is fertile. Whatever you plant here, stress, calm, worry, joy, will grow and spread into everything you do. If you spend your first hour scattered, your mind becomes like a wild field. But if you begin your day with awareness, care, and stillness, you begin to tend the garden within. And just like a gardener who lovingly waters their plants each morning, you can choose to water the seeds of peace, clarity, and joy before the noise of the world pulls you away. In Buddhist teachings, happiness is not an end goal. It is a state of alignment. When your breath, your body, your heart, and your actions are in harmony. And the morning gives us a powerful chance to align ourselves. This video will walk you through 6 powerful morning habits inspired by Buddhist wisdom. These aren't just good ideas, they're daily anchors, quiet, sacred rituals that help you return to yourself. They'll help you create not just a better morning, but a better way of being, so you can move through life with steadiness, warmth, and clarity. So take a deep breath, slow down, and step with me into the garden of your morning, the place where happiness quietly begins. 1. Breathe into joy. Mindful breathing. Every morning begins with a breath, but not every breath begins with awareness. For most of us, the moment we open our eyes, our minds start racing. We mentally dive into our inbox, our schedule, the noise of the world, even before our feet touch the floor. But what if, instead of rushing forward, we paused and returned to the simplest, most sacred thing we have, our breath? In Buddhist practice, the breath is considered a doorway, a portal back to presence. Thich Nhat Hanh often reminded his students that, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. This isn't just poetic, it's practical. It means the moment we become aware of our breathing, we reclaim our peace. There's a beautiful story about a monk who approached the Buddha, deeply troubled. He said, "Master, my thoughts scatter the moment I wake up. I feel lost even before my day begins." The Buddha replied gently, "It is because your mind runs ahead of your body. If you want to find peace, call your mind home, to your breath." From a scientific view, this ancient advice is strikingly modern. Studies have shown that just 5 minutes of mindful breathing can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing cortisol levels, lowering blood pressure, and restoring emotional balance. It's like giving your brain a soft reset before the day's demands come pouring in. Here's how you can begin. The moment you wake up, don't reach for your phone. Don't jump out of bed. Instead, sit up gently or stay lying down. Place your hand on your belly or heart and take 3 slow, intentional breaths. Feel the inhale rise, feel the exhale fall. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back, again and again, with compassion, not judgment. This is not about becoming a master meditator. It's about becoming present, because joy doesn't live in the past or hide in the future. It lives here, in this inhale, in this exhale. Take Helen, for example, a software designer in San Francisco. Her mornings used to start with alerts, news, caffeine, and stress. But after learning about mindful breathing through a mindfulness retreat, she made a small change. Each morning, she now takes just 3 to 5 minutes to breathe, undistracted. Over time, she noticed more mental space, sharper focus, and less reactivity throughout the day. That quiet ritual helped her shift from surviving her mornings to actually living them. When you breathe with awareness, you send a powerful message to yourself. You are safe, you are here, you are enough. And that inner calm becomes the anchor for everything that follows. So tomorrow, when the world begins to stir, let your first act not be reaction, but reunion. A reunion with the peace that was always inside you, waiting to be felt, one breath at a time. 2. Begin with thankfulness, gratitude practice. Before you pour your first cup of coffee, before the news scrolls across your screen, pause and whisper a quiet thank you. Gratitude, in the Buddhist tradition, is more than a positive emotion. It is a way of perceiving the world. It's a practice of seeing life not through the lens of what's missing, but of what's already here. A form of deep presence. When we begin the day with thankfulness, we shift our energy from chasing to receiving, from restlessness to contentment. There is an old Buddhist tale of a man who had everything, wealth, comfort, status, yet still felt deeply unhappy. He came to the Buddha and asked, "Why, with so much, do I still feel so empty?" The Buddha answered, "Because you have eyes only for what you lack. Learn to see what is already yours, and your heart will know peace." Gratitude softens the mind. It quiets the voice that says, "Not enough," and gently reminds us, "This is already enough." And when practiced consistently, even for just a few minutes each morning, it begins to rewire our brain toward happiness. After your breathing practice, take a few moments to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be grand or dramatic. In fact, the smaller and more ordinary, the better. A warm bed, the sunlight through your window, the smell of your morning tea, a dog asleep at your feet. These small recognitions, like drops of water, slowly fill the cup of joy. If you'd like to deepen the habit, try writing your gratitude down. A simple gratitude journal by your bedside can become a sacred space of reflection. When life feels chaotic, you can return to those pages and remember, peace was never far. It was always found in appreciation. Modern research echoes what Buddhism has taught for centuries. People who practice gratitude regularly report stronger immune systems, better sleep, and a greater sense of joy and purpose. It has been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, and even improve relationships. Because when you're grateful, you see others not as problems to fix, but as gifts to cherish. Let's take the story of Robert, a business consultant in New York. Waking up each morning, he used to feel overwhelmed. Deadlines, expectations, the pressure to perform. But after learning about Buddhist gratitude practice through a mindfulness course, he began listing 3 things he was grateful for each morning. At first it was hard. His mind still wanted to race, but with consistency, his focus shifted. He began to notice small blessings: a text from a friend, the comfort of home, the clarity of a morning walk. Over time, This practice didn't just change his mornings, it changed his relationship to life. Gratitude in Buddhism is closely tied to the truth of impermanence. When we understand that nothing lasts forever, our health, our loved ones, even the sunrise, we stop taking things for granted. We begin to cherish what we have now, knowing it may not always be here. In that recognition, life becomes precious. The mundane becomes miraculous. If you're ready to deepen your practice even further, try this. Each morning, silently offer gratitude to someone in your life, perhaps someone who has helped you, or even someone you've struggled with. You don't have to say it aloud, just think of them and say, "Thank you." This simple act can awaken compassion, heal emotional wounds, and strengthen unseen threads of connection. So tomorrow morning, before the world begins to move too fast, take a breath and give thanks for the roof above you, the body that carries you, the breath that sustains you. Let gratitude be the gentle light that guides you into the day, one that reminds you happiness isn't found in having more, but in recognizing what you already have. 3. Open your heart, morning compassion. What would your day feel like if you began it with kindness? Not just for others, but for yourself. In the teachings of the Buddha, compassion is one of the 4 immeasurables, the boundless qualities of the heart that lead to true freedom. Compassion, or karuna, is the deep wish for others and ourselves to be free from suffering. It is not pity, it is presence. It is seeing another's pain and softly saying, "I'm here with you." But here's the beautiful truth. Compassion is not something we wait for the world to give us. It's something we can actively cultivate, and morning is one of the most powerful times to do it. There's a profound story in the Pali Canon about a man who spat in the Buddha's face. Expecting anger or retaliation, he was stunned when the Buddha simply wiped his face, looked at him with calm eyes and asked, "Is there anything else you need to express?" That moment changed the man's heart forever. The Buddha didn't fight back. He saw the man's pain, not just his action. That's compassion in its purest form, responding to suffering with presence, not punishment. After practicing mindful breathing and gratitude, take a few quiet moments to sit with your heart. You can try a simple loving-kindness meditation, what Buddhists call metta bhavana. Begin by bringing to mind someone you love and silently repeating, "May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease." Next, bring to mind someone neutral, then someone you struggle with. Finally, turn this same wish toward yourself. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. At first it might feel awkward or even emotional, but over time, this practice softens the walls we unknowingly build around our hearts, our judgments, our pain. Research from neuroscience supports this ancient wisdom. Studies show that compassion meditation boosts activity in the brain regions linked to empathy, emotional regulation, and connection. It increases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and lowers stress, inflammation in the body. But more than that, it transforms how we experience the world. Instead of reacting with frustration, we begin responding with patience. Instead of shutting down, we open. Take Lara, for example, a nurse who spent her days caring for others, but often felt emotionally drained. After learning about loving kindness meditation at a Buddhist retreat, she began each morning sending thoughts of compassion to her patients, to herself, and even to the people who tested her patience the most. In a matter of weeks, she noticed a profound shift. Her burnout lessened. Her empathy deepened. She no longer felt like she was just going through the motions. She felt connected again. That's the power of compassion. It doesn't just change how we treat others. It changes how we feel within ourselves. It restores our sense of shared humanity in a world that often feels divided. And in a time when many wake up to the weight of news, judgment, and comparison, imagine starting your day with an act of silent love, directed both inward and outward. Tomorrow morning, try this gentle practice. Sit quietly, breathe, think of someone, think of yourself, whisper the words, feel them land, let them soften you. Because when you open your heart each morning, you don't just prepare yourself for the day. You prepare the day to receive more peace, more kindness, and more happiness, starting from within. 4. Set your inner compass morning intentions. Before the world tells you who to be, decide who you want to become. Every day presents us with a stream of decisions, distractions, and demands. Without a clear inner compass, it's easy to get swept up, jumping from one task to another, reacting instead of responding, reaching for control instead of cultivating clarity. But when we start our mornings with intention, we don't just move through the day, we guide it. In Buddhist teachings, the concept of right intention, Samma Sankappa, is a cornerstone of the Noble Eightfold Path. It invites us to align our thoughts and energy not with fear or desire, but with compassion, renunciation, and wisdom. When we live with right intention, we stop operating from autopilot and begin walking with purpose. So what does this look like in practice? After your morning breathing, gratitude, and compassion practices, take a quiet moment to ask yourself, how do I want to show up today? Instead of listing what you want to do, focus on how you want to be. Maybe today you want to move with patience. Maybe you want to speak with more kindness, or simply stay grounded, no matter what unfolds. Your intention doesn't need to be complex, just honest. Say it silently to yourself or write it down. Examples include, today, I will approach each task with calm. Today, I will listen more and judge less. Today I will be kind to myself, even when I fall short. This one quiet act, done consistently, can become a guiding thread through even the most chaotic days. From a neurological perspective, setting a daily intention activates what scientists call the reticular activating system, RAS, the part of your brain that filters information based on what you've decided to focus on. Like adjusting a camera lens, an intention helps you tune into what matters and let go of what doesn't. Jack, a middle school teacher from Oregon, once shared his story. His mornings were always rushed, and by the time he arrived at work, he was already exhausted and irritable. But after reading about intention setting in a book on Buddhist psychology, he began trying it. Each morning, he took 2 minutes to breathe and set a simple intention. Today, I will teach with presence. It was a small shift, but it changed everything. His stress reduced, his students responded differently, and for the first time in years, he felt connected to why he started teaching in the first place. This is what intention does. It reconnects us to our deeper why. It's not about forcing the day to go perfectly. It's about remembering what truly matters, even when the day is messy. Try this. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to bring into this day? The answer might come as a word, a phrase, or a feeling. Let it rise. Hold it gently. And when the noise of the world gets loud, when you're stuck in traffic, facing a difficult conversation, or feeling overwhelmed, return to your intention. Let it be your compass, quietly pointing you back to who you truly want to be. Because when you live with intention, happiness is no longer something that happens to you, it's something you cultivate. Breath by breath, moment by moment. 5. Move with mindfulness, gentle movement. Your body is not separate from your mind. It's the home of your awareness. In Buddhist teachings, the body is more than a vehicle to carry the mind. It is a sacred ground, a temple of experience. And when we begin our mornings by moving mindfully, we are not just stretching our muscles, we are waking up to life itself. The Buddha once told his disciples, "When you walk, just walk." It sounds simple, almost too simple, but in that simplicity lies profound wisdom. To walk without distraction, to feel your foot touch the earth, to notice your breath as you move, this is meditation in motion. Most of us begin our days in a flurry, rushing from bed to phone to breakfast to car. Our bodies move, but we are not present. And over time, that disconnection builds. We start to live in our heads, forgetting that peace is often found through the body, not away from it. That's why introducing gentle, mindful movement into your morning, even just 5 to 10 minutes, can transform your entire day. It's a way to return to yourself before the world starts pulling you in every direction. You don't need to be a yogi or have any particular flexibility. Mindful movement can be as simple as a slow, conscious walk around your home or yard, gentle stretching while breathing deeply, a few minutes of Tai Chi, Qigong, or flowing yoga poses. The key is not what you do, but how you do it, with awareness, with presence, with love. As you move, feel your feet grounding into the earth. Notice how your arms rise and fall, how your spine lengthens, how your breath supports each movement. Allow your body to be your teacher, guiding you into the now. Science continues to affirm what monks and nuns have practiced for centuries. Studies show that even brief sessions of mindful movement improve mood, increase mental clarity, lower cortisol levels, and reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. It's not just about fitness. Take Bella, a mother of 2 from London. She used to start her mornings juggling breakfast, lunch boxes, emails, and a whirlwind of thoughts. After attending a mindfulness retreat, she decided to try 5 minutes of movement before waking her children. At first, it felt indulgent, but soon it became sacred. A few sun salutations, a stretch by the window, and a few deep breaths became her morning ritual. She described it as returning to herself before returning to the world. That's what mindful movement offers. Not just a healthier body, but a more peaceful mind. A space where tension dissolves. A moment where everything, breath, body, and being, aligns. Tomorrow morning, before the day begins to pull you outward, turn inward, stretch slowly, walk gently, move with care. not to burn calories or check a box, but to wake up fully in every sense of the word. Because when your body and mind begin the day together, you carry that harmony into everything that follows. And that is the rhythm of true happiness. 6. Eat with presence, mindful breakfast. In a world that glorifies speed, eating has become just another task, something to get through on the way to something else. But in Buddhism, eating is not a mundane routine. It is a spiritual act, a practice of gratitude, awareness, and connection. When we eat with presence, we don't just nourish the body, we nourish the soul. Thich Nhat Hanh often said, "When you eat, just eat." Not while watching the news, not while scrolling your phone, not while thinking of your next meeting. Just eat, fully, quietly. There's a story of a young monk who would rush through meals at the monastery, eager to get back to his duties. One day, the Buddha gently asked him, "Do you truly taste your food, or do you simply fill your stomach?" The monk paused, realizing that he had been eating without presence, missing a sacred opportunity to practice mindfulness. To eat mindfully is to slow down enough to see your food, to recognize that what you hold in your hands is the result of sun and rain, soil and seed, farmers, cooks, transporters, and countless invisible forces that made this moment possible. In that recognition, even a simple bowl of oatmeal becomes a miracle. Here's how you can bring mindfulness into your breakfast. Before you eat, pause. Look at your food. Notice the colors, the textures. Feel the warmth of the bowl or plate in your hands. Take a deep breath and silently say thank you to the earth, to the people who helped create this meal, to the life that now sustains yours. As you eat, chew slowly. Savor each bite. Feel the texture, the flavor, the moment. Put your utensils down between bites. Let your breath be calm and steady. This isn't about perfection. It's about presence. Science confirms that mindful eating improves digestion, reduces overeating, and increases overall satisfaction with meals. But beyond the physical, it helps us shift from consuming mindlessly to living consciously. We begin to feel more connected, not only to our food, but to ourselves and to life. Nick, a busy marketing executive from Toronto, used to eat breakfast in his car, barely tasting it, already stressed about the day ahead. After attending a weekend retreat on Buddhist mindfulness, he began a small practice, sitting down to eat his toast and tea each morning with no distractions. Within weeks, he noticed he was calmer, more focused, and less reactive throughout the day. That quiet, 10-minute ritual became his anchor, his reminder that life is made of moments like these. In Buddhist teachings, eating is also a time to contemplate interbeing, the truth that we are connected to all of life. No bite exists in isolation. Every grain of rice, every piece of fruit is part of a web that links us to the whole. When we eat mindfully, we honor that web. We become aware that we are not separate. We are part of something vast and beautiful. So tomorrow morning, instead of rushing through your meal, treat it as a ceremony, whether it's a cup of tea, a bowl of fruit, or just a piece of toast. Bring your full self to the table. Taste, breathe, because happiness isn't something you find at the end of the day. It's here, now, in the way you hold a spoon, in the warmth of your tea, in the quiet joy of simply being alive. Each morning is a threshold, a quiet doorway between the self you were yesterday and the self you're becoming today. And how you choose to step through that doorway matters. With every mindful breath, every whisper of gratitude, every act of compassion, intention, movement, and presence, you are not just building a better morning. You are becoming someone more rooted, more awake, more aligned with what truly matters. In Buddhist wisdom, happiness is not something to be chased. It's something to return to, a natural state that arises when the mind is calm, the heart is open, and the body is in harmony. These 6 simple habits are not rules or routines. They are invitations, gentle pathways back to yourself. There will still be hard days. There will be noise, distractions, and moments when you forget. But now you carry within you a toolkit. You know how to come back. You know how to begin again. And that, in itself, is a kind of freedom. Start small, just one habit, one morning. Let it be imperfect, let it be real, and then come back again the next day. With breath, with kindness, with presence. Because the morning isn't just the start of the day, it's the start of you. A chance to reconnect with your deepest values. A chance to live with more clarity, purpose, and quiet joy. And the most beautiful part? You don't need to change your whole life to feel different. You just need to change how you begin it. So tomorrow morning, instead of rushing into the world, return to yourself first. Take a breath, offer thanks, move slowly, eat with presence, and above all, remember, the peace you're looking for is already within you. All it needs is space to rise. If this video resonated with you, please consider liking it, sharing it, and subscribing to this channel. Not just to support us, but to help share this calm with others who might be silently searching for it too. Let's build a community of mindful mornings, one gentle practice at a time. Thank you for being here. May you walk into your day with ease. May you return to yourself again and again. And may your mornings continue to awaken the best in you. Until next time, stay kind, stay present, and stay grounded.